here. I'm so happy to be here. I should have brought my drink over here to keep my throat wet. But anyway, very happy to be here. My name is Tamara Hamilton. I blog about the business of beauty. I am a monetization coach. I help people monetize their online presence. A little bit about my background, my story. I worked in corporate America for over 20 years. I did what everybody told me to do. I got the good education, got the good job, and nearly killed myself. And I was sick and tired of being sick and tired and decided to take my skills and monetize them online. That was in 2013. And the rest is history. By 2015, I was able to walk away from a job that I really didn't enjoy and have not looked back since then. So I am a creator, a course creator. Um, I do coaching, I do consulting, and even good evening, and even some freelance work. And I love it here. I also do direct sales and affiliate marketing. And so I do all things monetization. And that is what I came here to talk to you about this evening. Now, if you are watching on Facebook, in order to comment and me to be able to see your name, good evening, Wanza, you will definitely want to hit the link in the description and give StreamYard permission to access your information, such as your name, so then I can see your name. And because I love to give people shout outs and say hello to them by name. I was just raised like that. And the only way to do that through the StreamYard interface is by you giving it permission when I am actually live. If you're watching the replay, drop replay, and I will make sure to also say hi to you. So, like I said, I am monetized multiple ways, and that's what I'm here to talk to you about. Number one, if you are only working a job, especially if you are the sole breadwinner of your sole breadwinner, is that the right term? Breadwinner? If you're a single mama and the only income you've got is yours, we already know not to really truly rely on child support, right? In a lot of cases, not all, but in a lot of cases, we already know child support just really ain't what's popping, right? So we're not even going to count that. In fact, like on credit cards and that, you don't have to include that as income anyway, right? So if you are a single mom, if you are a working mom, if you are a single woman who someday hopes to marry her knight in shining armor or whatever he is for you or she is for you and have children and raise children and you want to be a stay-at-home mama, if you have any inkling, any concern that your job may not be your job in the next few weeks, months, then you definitely want to keep watching this, okay? And let me know in the comments which one of those you are, because again, I like to customize this and talk to you directly. So here's the deal. If you, like I said, I was a single mom. I was raising two girls on my own. We moved away from my family, not far, but far enough that I could not rely on my family to be my support for caring for my children like they did when they were younger. And I was the sole breadwinner. So that meant that I spent too many years, too much of my time, too much of my life that I will not be able to get back going to work for a boss that I couldn't stand in a job that I hated because I couldn't stand my boss and her boss. Okay. To the point that it grossly, greatly impacted my health and in a negative fashion. Okay. So I don't want to see anybody else go through that, right? No mom should have to go through that because it impacts your relationship with your children. It impacts your relationship with yourself. It impacts your relationship with your parents, your siblings, your friends, everyone around you. If you are spending 2,080 hours at minimum a year doing something that you hate for someone that you hate, or it could be something you enjoy for someone that you hate. So we know that there's all this talk about a recession, the R word, right? And one of the things you definitely want to do to insulate yourself from that is having multiple streams of income. Everyone always tells you to have 2 or 3 months savings. And I come from a financial services background. So I'm not here to tell you not to do that. What I am here to do is tell you how to protect yourself and protect your lifestyle. Because again, a lot of people will talk about protecting your income. I'm going to talk about protecting your lifestyle, giving yourself options so that here's the deal. Okay, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. A lot of you may actually like your job, the company that you work for. You may be getting good benefits, and you may even like your boss. But what happens if tomorrow all of a sudden the company is bought out? There is a merger, or for whatever reason, your boss is out and they bring in a new boss. Because this is literally what happened to me. Okay, this is literally what happened to me. I loved my job, right? I had some good bosses before a couple changes, and it was a little rocky there for a few years with them changing not only not my boss, it could be your boss's boss. That was one of the big changes that made things more difficult for me in corporate America. And then I voluntarily said, oh, I'm going to leave this good boss and go work for this idiot dummy girl. And yeah, it was just a complete nightmare, right? So what happens if that changes? So I don't want you to sit and I don't want you to look at it and think, oh, well, I love my job today. I love my boss today. I love my company today. This is great. Why would I ever want to leave? There's a lot of reasons why you might want to leave, and it could happen as quickly as, like I said, a change in leadership, and that could happen overnight. You could go to work tomorrow and go about your day, and all of a sudden there's a, 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 a Zoom or a conference call out of the blue that was not planned, not scheduled, and on that call you will hear that your boss is out and a new one is in, right? It can change just that fast. So no one is really exempt from this. Even if you are an entrepreneur, one of the things we're going to talk about tonight is, again, the multiple streams of income to give yourself options. Because here's the real deal. I'm going to lay it out for you, right? One of my biggest streams of income in 2022 was from a program through Pinterest, a monetization program through Pinterest called Pinterest Creator Rewards. And let me tell you, I'm living in a new apartment, a better apartment, brand new everything because of the Pinterest Creator Rewards program. Just keeping it real. We're talking multiple 5 figures, right? And guess what happened yesterday? Somebody take a guess and put it in the comments. Guess what happened yesterday? Guess what happened? Guess. Somebody just guess. Guess. Wanza, anybody guess what happened yesterday? An email went out in the afternoon that said, thank you for being a part of this program. We've loved you. We love the program. But it's with great sadness. You know, whenever you hear it's with great sadness, that some bullshit is coming right after that, right? It is with great sadness that we have decided that we want to end this program. We're going to focus next year on making it available to more creators, not this program, but we want more creators worldwide to be able to monetize through Pinterest. We're going to give you something that you've been asking for and what we should have had from the get-go, which was the ability to link out from our idea pins. And by the way, I'm going to give you a one-time bonus. Like, hey, I'll take that one-time bonus and don't have to do anything extra. Direct deposit. I kind of knew something was coming, right? Because the payouts kept getting smaller and smaller since, the end of the summer. It really started in June. The amounts started going down. So it was like they were weaning us off of the program. And then there were some glitches and other things in October and early November that made me say, ha, Tamira, it's time to start pivoting. And I'm kind of smart some of the time, if not most of the time. And so I started pivoting. Right? I started changing what my focus on, because hey, the squeaky wheel gets the oil, or something like that they say. Where the most money is, and the most money with the least amount of effort is where my attention goes. And so that's where my attention went for since March, was this Pinterest Creator Rewards program. So I'm not mad. I'm slightly disappointed, but the reality is as a businesswoman, I'm truly a businesswoman, 30 years in the game, Fortune 500, Fortune 200, Fortune 100, Fortune 20 experience, right? So as a businesswoman, I knew that it wasn't going to make good fiscal sense for them to continue with this program the way that it was being administered. So I knew this day would come. And because I knew this day was come, I never put all of my eggs in the Pinterest basket. So I want you to write that down. That is your takeaway from this. Do not put all of your eggs in any basket. And most of you probably are like, well, that's not revolutionary. That's not, I mean, like, who doesn't know that? Um, I like I said, I'm smart some of the time, if not most of the time. Notice I didn't say I was smart all of the time. Because there was a time when all of my eggs were in the corporate America basket. Right? Partly by design of the position, they kind of had you held captive. It was very hard to do anything else for a lot of different reasons, which I'm not going to get into because I want to stay focused here. Right? There are a lot of different reasons why they I that was really my only income source, right? And remember, we've already laid out, especially like if you're a single mom, you're a single earner, you're a single breadwinner, the only income, whether you're married, single, partnered up, booed up, cuffed, whatever the situation is, you want to make sure that you have multiple streams of income to insulate yourself if something happens to your primary income source. That's just a golden rule we should all follow, right? So, like I mentioned when I was kind of telling you all about who I am, because I do think I'm kind of cool, right? As I mentioned, right? I have my own courses and workshops and going to be having a webinar here soon. Um, I do consulting, I do coaching, that coaching one-on-one, those VIP days, those half VIP days, when people inbox me and say, hey, Tamara, can I pick your brain? Here's the link. And that link takes, what is that? Discover, MasterCard, Visa, American Express. It takes all of them. So here's the link to pick my brain. Once you pay, then we can schedule it. And then your appointment is confirmed once we have payment in full, right? So I do that. I sell other people's products, both through affiliate marketing and direct sales network marketing, whatever you wanna call it. You know, I have multiple streams of income, and you can create sometimes within what looks like to the naked eye one stream of income. You can sometimes turn that into multiple streams of income itself. I'm not going to get into all of that on this video, but you want to not have all of your eggs in one basket. Like, I cannot stress that to you enough, right? Because, like I said, not only with corporate America, there were times in my entrepreneurial journey where, because one of my best characteristics is also one of my biggest weaknesses, and that is I can be loyal to a flaw. So, there was a time when it felt kind of taboo, kind of weird, kind of stupid, especially because I came from this, corporate existence where I was pretty much held captive and for so long that it just felt kind of weird to like, why would you must not be making money with A if you got to go make money with B. And I don't know, sometime in the last few years it was kind of like, that sounds dumb. That's just not really bright when you think about it, because first of all, why would you turn down extra money? Who out there, what billionaire do you know said, oh, I'm making all the money with this one, I don't need to make money over here too? All right, like, think about it. Let me know in the comments. Has that ever happened to you? Has you ever heard anybody who's really making money and really living a lifestyle that you would want them to mentor you and you be under their tutelage and try to get to where they're going, like a Oprah, like a Bill Gates, like a and we're not talking political and conspiracy theory and all that here. We don't do that over here. And Jay-Z or Beyonce or any of these really, like pinnacle of success stories, and even people who haven't even made it that big. Think of like someone, who has it going on. Do you really know anybody who has generated any true amount of wealth, like generational wealth, that only had one stream of income? No. Right? No. Right? In fact, the top 1% are the top 1% because they have this thing called leverage. And by having multiple streams of income and having their hands in all these different investments and ways to generate streams of income and using other people's time, they end up the top 1%. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I mean, I do love my new place, but this ain't nothing like where some people live in. You know what I'm saying? But it's a nice little rung along the way. You know, it's a nice little rung on the ladder on the way there. Right? If I ever get there, great. But I'm certainly going to keep trying. You know what I mean? So you have to have multiple streams of income. Now, I'm not talking about going out and trying to generate 7 streams of income at once, because that's how a lot of people really, really mess up. Okay. But you need something other than your primary, which is usually a job for most people. And I'm of the mindset that it takes money to make money. So you either need to have substantial amount of money in savings, or you still need that regular income coming in, right? There's nothing wrong with working your job full time while you generate your fortune on a part-time basis. In fact, that's the ideal scenario, because let's go back to 10, 12 years ago. Had I been doing that, when them people started coming into work talking crazy, acting crazy, and making stuff up and lying and all this other really toxic gaslighting and narcissist kind of stuff, I could have just easily walked away instead of feeling like I was stuck between a rock and a hard place, because I got these 2 kids who like eat like I do, and they're as big as I am, and they got to go to school, they got to get a good education, and I got to drive them from here to there and do all these things and make sure they can go to the doctor and they can go to the dentist and they can do this and they can do that, right? It would have been a lot easier to just say, you know what? You're crazy. But you, and you, I'm out. Had I had another stream of income in place to cover what I was making in that primary income source, right? Or at least close to it, right? Then it would have been very, very easy to walk away from that. And I wouldn't have gone through, hours of therapy. I wouldn't have gone through PTSD. I wouldn't have gone through, so many different things that I've been through since during that time and since leaving there, right? And now finally on this great healing journey and in a good spot, right? So, and here's the other thing I want you to take away from this. I don't have a whole lot for you tonight, but these are big enough. These are meaty and substantial enough. And that is this: you have to be able to pivot on a dime, which is why having multiple streams of income is very, very important. You have to be able to pivot on a dime, right? I had foresight, I had ESPN, I had vision enough to know, like I said, that Pinterest Creator Rewards program was not going to last forever, right? I had foresight enough to not make it my only source of income, right? And I had enough presence on other social media that I could pivot quickly without it being noticeable to anyone, right? See, because a lot of y'all mentors, y'all coaches, uplines will tell you that you only need to focus on one social media at a time. And that's malarkey. I always like that word because I was the kid in 4th grade who would look up things in the thesaurus in a dictionary. I would say, okay, what is a really pretty sounding big word for bullshit, right? Malarkey, right? So I was that kid in 4th grade. So I got words for just about every cuss word out there, right? And so that is malarkey. And this is why it is malarkey. Number one, we do not own these social media streets. They let us peruse around on them for free in exchange for collecting all this data on us that they sell to other people and even violate our privacy without, what's a $5, virtual gift card from Facebook for them doing you dirty and selling your information to somebody who gave it to access to it to the black web, right? So dark web, I should say. So, them telling you that you only need to be on Facebook, for example, the people who are struggling online right now is because they only on Facebook. Because, social media today is very different than 2018, 2019, and even 2020. That's how fast things are changing, right? And so you need to, I'm not saying you need to be on every social media platform and all day, every day. You at least need to be dumping your content over onto other social media platforms and know just enough to be dangerous for people to start following you and commenting and have a presence. You want to have a presence, but I still recommend you have at least a pair and a spare when it comes to social media. What do I mean by that? You want a pair, you want two social medias that are not owned by the same company. So we're not talking Facebook and Instagram. We're not talking Facebook and WhatsApp. We're not talking Instagram and WhatsApp, right? Because that's all Mark Z, right? So you want a pair and a spare. You want two platforms that are not owned by the same parent company. And you understand why that is, right? You want two platforms and then a spare so that if something happens with with one of the pair, you can quickly replace them with the spare. Oh, I did that without putting up a middle finger. Okay. So when it comes to social media, you truly, truly want a pair and a spare. You want a primary, a secondary, and then that spare. Okay. So I think that's enough. I think that's enough for tonight. I think we'll call it a night off of that. But I wanted to address that Pinterest Creator Rewards because yeah, it was very, very lucrative, especially for smaller creators like myself. You know what I mean? I would be hard pressed to be able to try to make that kind of money with YouTube, but YouTube now and I think in 2023 there's going to be some monetization of shorts and yeah, of YouTube shorts, right? So, play around, figure out your two platforms, your pair and your spare, and build your list, build your audience, build your email list, and you'll never be broke again another day in your life. I promise you. I promise you. Mainly because, like I said, you can cover by yourself by selling other people's products, selling your own digital courses and products. This is how you make money online. I'm giving y'all like an MBA really, really quickly in online money, right? So the sources of income online are selling other people's products. That's your direct sales. That's your affiliate marketing. That's you know, your collaborations, right? The selling your own products and knowledge. So that's your coaching, your consulting, and your courses, right? And then the monetization programs through the platforms itself, right? And so something like YouTube, when I say that I would not have made the money that I made through Pinterest Creator Rewards. Through YouTube, for example. That means through their monetization program. But baby, mom, I'm not actually even monetized through YouTube because I've been shutting videos off in that because I'm not associated with some things before, and that I was before years ago that gave me a lot of video hours, and so it's almost like I went back to square zero with being able to get monetized on YouTube. I have everything checked except one box, and that is the watch time hours, right? And so, but I have been monetized through YouTube through my own cognition, through affiliate links, through network marketing, direct sales, and through my courses and through coaching. People find me on YouTube and they reach out to me and say, "Hey, how do I buy this course?" Or they just go buy it. Or they say, "Hey, I want to learn how to do this from you." Same with Instagram. So you don't have to have a large following and you don't even have to be monetized through that platform per se in order to monetize. And check it. That's literally what Pinterest said. We're gonna go back to letting y'all monetize yourself through this, and this. We tried to be like them other people, and that didn't cut it. We were not cut out for that. We haven't quite figured that out yet in a way that works for both us and y'all. So here's some money to go away quietly and not make a big stink and blast us all over the internet. Is literally what they did. I ain't mad about it. Because you know what? Pinterest is a very positive platform. It's very forward thinking. It's very inspirational. They don't tolerate all that negativity that some other platforms, and one in particular, the little birdie, that they don't tolerate that stuff over there. So it's a place that people do want to go and they want to be and they want to get inspired. I was watching a video from a creator today, and he said people think Pinterest is a daytime platform. He's like, well, you know what? I go through Pinterest at night because it's very inspirational and positive, and it's my last purview before I go to bed at night. And so it's giving me my inspiration for the next day. So, you know, take that and do what you want to with it. So, okay. So remember, you need multiple streams of income, insulate, encapsulate yourself from recession, bad boss, toxic work environment, the health, disability, all that. Get you some multiple streams of income, right? What else did we say? We said build your audience, your list, but there was something else we said before that. Be able to pivot. You got to be able to pivot, right? You have to be able to pivot, okay? So here's the deal. Check this out. I am looking to help 100 people make their first $1,000 online. Okay. I've done it with many others before, and I'm looking to do it with 100 more. And I have time to launch 3 to 5 in the next week or so. So if you are hardworking, if you are sick and tired of being sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you not only want to, you are willing to put in the work to change that, comment and let me know, and we can get you launched ASAP and get you working toward that first $1,000 to be made online. Okay, here's the deal. You will never make $1,000 online until you get online to start making $1,000. You're showing up all day, every day. Anyway, I know, I see y'all. Y'all clock in like it is a job, even while you're on that man or woman's job. And y'all are on social media scrolling and sharing and keeping people on the platform, doing all the things that these platforms want you to do, except for what you most need, which is creating that additional stream of income. And so we're going to take and monetize, we're going to cash in on your scroll. Okay. So if, like I said, if you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, if you need to encapsulate yourself from all these bad things out there that could really come in and blow up your life if they happened, then you want to also not only want to be able to do something about it, you need to be willing to do something about it. And here's the thing. I'm not talking about you being online all day, every day. I'm not talking about you having to put up thousands upon thousands of dollars to do it. It's not going to take a whole lot of money, and it's going to take some time. It's going to take some getting out of your comfort zone, but we can help you get I can help you get your first $1,000 made online. You just have to be willing to put in the work. And I'm going to be honest with you. If you're working a full-time job, I get that your full-time job has to come first because that's your primary source of income. But until you treat this with that same vigor and respect that you treat that full-time job, it is not going to ever pay you like that full-time job. And I'm going to leave you with this, right? A lot of people will poo-poo affiliate marketing, network marketing, direct sales, MLM, whatever you call it. But here is the thing. Remember all those things that I said I do online? You know what I did first? Direct sales, network marketing, MLM. And because of the way that I marketed that, the systems that I put in place in marketing those products, it opened up the door to everything else. So you sleep on that. You marinate on that. You can go to bed and say, no, I can't do that. Or what will this person think? Or what will that person say? They thought it and they said it to me too. And I didn't care. I pushed through and I did what I had to do for me, because by this time my kids are grown and out the house, right? I did my job and I did it well. I did it to the best of my ability with them. It was now time to focus on me and what I needed. And what I didn't want to be was dead 6 weeks in the ground working somebody else's toxic job because they were miserable and they came to work every day to make my life miserable. That was not an option. I had no option but to succeed. And along the way, I've created a proven system that I can transfer to you as long as you're willing to show up and do the work with no excuses. Okay. So on that note, I'm going to go. Thank you for the likes. Angie the Truth. Thank you so much. Thank y'all for watching. And I am going to go. I will talk to you later. Bye.